So today we have quite an interesting project. It's this, a Bedford TK. This truck has been parked up for quite a while. I know that the brakes don't work on it, and I don't even know if it runs anymore. But I've been told if I can get this thing running and driving, I can use it as much as I want. It does have this big recovery crane on the back, but I was more thinking of taking the crane off, making it a flatbed and putting a high arbor there. Anyways, enough blabbering. Let's at least try and get this thing running. First things first, I'm going to whack a bit of fresh petrol in it, and then I'm going to check all the fluids, check it's got coolant, check it's got oil, etc. Got some fresh petrol and also added some lead substitute to not damage the valves. I can't exactly remember the reason why all the vehicles need lead, but this is a 1950s, it definitely does need lead in it. It's even got this little built-in sort of funnel thing to make it a bit more convenient to fill up. Here we have the engine. I believe it's a 4.9 litre straight 6 petrol. Now I believe the dipstick is down here. Maybe this comes out as well. There we are, that's a bit better. Well, it has some oil. It has barely any oil in. Probably wants topped up a bit. Well, coolant level looks fine. Let's see if it starts. Now this is purely just chancing it. The battery is, oh my god, we've got lights. The battery has been connected for God knows how long. Let's stick the choke on. Right. How do we start it? There must be a button somewhere. Right, after doing some looking, I've found where it is. There's a little solenoid going to the starter, so let's see if it goes. Alright, well it's turning. That's a good start. Let's try one more time. Give it a couple pumps. Way! F***ing hell. It runs. Wow. Class. Doesn't look like it's leaking anything. Let's see what the exhaust smoke's like. Wow. No smoke at all. This thing runs mint. Now I may have found our first issue for the no braking problem. So it's reading no air on there. No air on there. We've got a generator light on, which may mean the dynamo or alternator's not working. And obviously it's reading no air pressure. First things first, this air tank has a little valve on it, and that valve is actually open. I don't think the camera will be able to see it, but it's wide open. Now, I don't know if you can see in there, but this valve is actually open. So maybe now it'll build up some pressure. Let's see. Here we go. It's not on zero, but like maybe it's leaking from somewhere. Let's go have a look. Let's see if yeah, that's dropping very quick. So there's a little airline receiver here. My brother's just came and he's went away to go and pick up an air compressor. In the meantime, I'm going to try and figure out why the generator light's on. I believe to get into the dynamo, I've got to go from above. So I'm going to pull the oil bath air filter out. So we've got a Jenny gun, which goes to a compressor, which then, nice and quiet over by the truck so we can find where the air leak is, goes into this, which is for inflating tyres. Now we've already found one leak on this valve, which is right here. Yep, but there's a second leak somewhere. Unknown. So we found the leak right up here. I don't know if it's a relief valve or something, but I'm going to try and nip it up and see what happens. So I've activated my brain and I think I've figured out what the problem is. Never worked on air brakes before, so bear with me. So I've just pulled this off. This is what I believe, you're not supposed to use it as a parking brake, as it says. But when the engine's switched off, you turn this valve and essentially it pressurizes the brakes so that it doesn't move when the engine's off. When it's open, there's a emergency valve which goes through here, and that bleeds off excess air pressure so it doesn't over pressurize. I'm guessing you're not going to use this when the engine's running, but this is leaking from here when it's open, which means it can't pressurize enough for the brakes to work properly. Over yonder, this is leaking as well from a tiny little hole here. I don't know whether this is a bleed off as well, but what I'm probably going to do is remove this whole assembly and then fit my own pressure gauge and then a valve and then the pipe. Obviously this is connected to the air compressor at the moment, but fit the coupling so that I can, you know, plumb in air tools and whatnot into it. We discovered when we were airing it up that it's also bleeding, leaking brake fluid from that line right there. So I'm going to have to pull that off and repair that line, which isn't too much of an issue. I think once I repair this thing and I fit my own valve on the other side, if that's open, it's got the bleed off, so it won't over pressurize, even though it's going to be completely blocked off on that end. And if I fix the brake pipe, I'm hoping the brakes should work on this. God knows. Well, we might as well pull this apart while we're here and see what the internals look like. It might just be like a little rubber seal on this shaft. Who knows? Let's find out. Just opened it up. Got this little shaft in it, which presses in and out when you open and close this lever. And I'm guessing air is getting past it somehow when it's fully in this position. I can't see any reason why it would be designed that way, so I think it's a fault. I'm going to see if I can get one of these units somewhere, or if I can rebuild this or something. I'm not really sure. So I think I've discovered why it's leaking air. When it's on the parking brake position, obviously it's under tension by that spring, so there's no play here. But then as soon as you fully open to the point where it was actually leaking, I can't really do it with one hand. There we go. There's a lot of play in that, which could explain the air leak. Well, I'm going to pull this off as well and then just get some generic air fittings so that I can replace this unit because I'm pretty sure it's defective. But if I'm being stupid, let me know in the comments, because I have no idea what I'm doing. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it shouldn't be leaking from there. Obviously it makes sense when this is open so that you can deflate tires, but inflating them is a bit confusing, so we shall see. I know that this unit obviously has its air pressure for when you put it on the tire, you can, you know, but I don't think it's working properly. It's leaking either way, so it's losing air pressure from here. So it's a few days later. I've created this contraption to bypass the lever on the handle. Let's whack it on. I've also just capped off the bit where you can fill your tire up for now. I'll replace that later when I can actually find the threads for this thing, but lovely welds. Hopefully it holds. So I've bled up the brakes. Let's see if any of this is actually going to work. Well, it's got air pressure, but the brake pedal sticks to the floor. Not ideal. It's just completely stuck, and I can't even pull it back. Champion. Right, let's let the air out. So whenever I air it up, that brake pedal goes right to the floor. And then now there's no air in the system, the brake pedal kind of works. So maybe there's a piston in here that's pushing against it and it's too corroded to come back. I don't really know how these things work. In conclusion, I think I'm going to have to tear down this unit and figure out how it works. I've done a bit of research and it says that these are a common problem if the moisture gets into the system. So yeah, that's an episode for another day.